your input. We're going to go here. Okay, well now you can hear me. Geez, I've been sat here talking for ages. I was humming and talking, and I know you can hear. Oh, I know you can hear me now. I can see the visuals. OBS is a very, very strange system that really doesn't want me to work. I just thought I'd come on and do a stream. I'm assuming. Oh, I've told you all this, but you didn't hear a word of it. I'm assuming that Alan Bezic isn't going to be on tonight. Oh, Pete, I want to play you a song. I've learned a really good song from Hedwig and the Angry Inch. I've learned a really good song called Wig in a Box, and I would like to play it to you, but I cannot play it on this forum. Why am I... He said he was due to start at 11, but he said that yesterday, and the football's only just finished. Does someone want to go and listen and just see if he's on? I bet he won't be on tonight. I am on here. Well, the mods will know why I'm on here, because I just need... He is on. He is on. Well, what am I doing? Well, why am I here? I don't serve any purpose whatsoever. I was on here to slay some ghosts, to exorcise some demons. Yeah? Hello, who's this? They're gone. They're gone. You couldn't hear him. Oh, man. I'm going to call that guy back. Oh, there's no point in me being on. I need to... None of the audio settings are working here. And I'm going to have to play a little bit of something to try and get the audio settings. Where would that be? No, hang on. All right, let's call that guy back. Spacey. You can't hear it. Spacey, your next comment had better explain Top Cat. Otherwise, you're getting blocked. The next comment, Spacey, had better explain Top Cat. Otherwise, you're getting blocked. I'm going to let you have that one. The next one had better explain it. Okay? The next one had better explain it. Otherwise, you're getting blocked. I got to try and get... Why won't... It's a weird old system. I'm going to add a new audio thing. Add audio output capture. We're going to add that. We're going to add that. You're going to hear that. Stop it. Spacey, you're blocked. Blocked. Let's call this person. Let's call this person back.
Hello.
Hello, yes?
Hello, you're so muffled I can barely hear you.
That's your issue. I am not muffled.
No, I know you're having some sound problems, but you're very muffled.
I'm not having any sound problems. I'm not muffled. Next.
Okay. Is anyone else looking forward to not caring about the football again tomorrow? I've been really into it. I don't like football. This has been fantastic. I loved it all the way through. I'm looking forward to not caring about it tomorrow.
Okay.
But that's all I wanted to say, really.
Thanks very much. So, well, I mean, I wouldn't mind listening to Bezic, but I've got to drive tomorrow, so maybe I could listen to Bezic tomorrow. The mods will know why I'm doing this stream. I'm doing this to slay some demons, to exorcise some ghosts and slay some demons. And I thought I'd come and do it on here, and it's really annoying that the audio stuff wasn't working. I've had to add new audio. I was just thinking today how smooth OBS has been recently, and then tonight it buggers up. So I've had a great day. I went to Knoll Hill, Knole, I think it's spelled, near Sevenoaks, which is where they filmed the videos for Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane. And we stumbled across the tree from the Strawberry Fields video where they jump out of it and walk backwards, and there's a piano beside it. We stumbled across that. It's now a stump, and we managed to find it. No one, it's like an old stately home. No one there knew about the Beatles. But as we were admiring the tree, some young men who were playing golf, it's a golf course, came over and said, "Oh yeah, this is it." And their parents had bunked off of school to go and watch the Beatles filming Strawberry Fields Forever and or Penny Lane. I think they were done on consecutive days. So we're chatting to them. And he also said that Paul McCartney's son went to his school, but I think he must have meant grandson. That would make more sense. So we did that. I stole some little bits of wood from the dead Strawberry Fields Forever tree. One is from my good friend Dave Dogface Boy. Then we went round the corner to some old ruins, except they're not ruins. They were built by Virginia Woolf to look like ruins. And we went there. And I spelt Wotcha wrong. I spelt Wotcha with an A. Let's change that. It's going to annoy me. And we found in the Penny Lane video, there is... you can call, by the way. There is like a stone arch, and we went and found the stone arch, and it was great. We didn't go to the lake, and I wish we'd gone to the lake because that's in the video as well. I've got it, Dave. It's proper treasure. It's a holy relic. I want to get a velvet cushion. I'm not even joking, to put mine on. We didn't go to the lake, which was an error, but we were thrilled at seeing the tree stump. We've got loads of pictures by the tree stump and the arch. That was magic. I did watch the football tonight, and the reason I watched... Oh, I got cold water. Oh, I got water. Hang on. I must just take it out of the fridge. It's freezing. Magic. I watched the football, and I watched the football because I thought... because my boys were going to watch it, and I thought I want to watch it so that I can talk to them about it. I've got something to talk to them about. It's only the second full football game I've I wonder if they've messaged me. No, they're probably gone to bed now. It's only the second full football game I've watched in decades. The first one being the one, the not the last England game, the one before. Did I get into it? I did a bit. When the first goal happened in like the first 2 minutes, that was quite exciting. And penalties are I think are always exciting. But I mean, it's a bit of a cliche, isn't it? England losing at penalties. But my pal's dad used to chauffeur the Beatles. What was his name? Tell me his name. Was his name Alf? But penalties are exciting. Yeah, it's horrendous. It's an horrendous feeling. And I'm sure we've all got examples in our life of not quite the pressure of being a 19-year-old lad. And the last guy was 19. Jeez. Imagine that. But I'm sure we've all been in situations that are horrendous like that. But yeah, once the goalkeeper, Pickford, I believe his name is, saved, we're talking about football, saved that first goal, I thought, oh, okay, this could be good. But it wasn't. And, and at the end it was that, that was a waste of time. So I'm doing this, and I was going to do it on Twitch, and then I thought, well, no, I need to do it on here because... Well, the mods know why. I was talking to the mods about it. I thought we'll do it on here just to, lay those demons to rest. I'm coming through very, very loud on my thing. Oh, smash those thumbs up. I think we're going to be, if you've not subbed, by the way, sound fine, thank you. If you've not subbed to the YouTube channel, then do it. That's free. Although I think we're going to be using Twitch a fair bit more. It's certainly, hey, St. John, It's certainly the free bits this coming week are going to be on Twitch. And I suspect we're going to move to Twitch a bit more. You get that, St. John? That's you. That's for you. That's for you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Paul McCartney 3-parter coming up. Could be the same old stories. Who cares? I reckon Rick Rubin will get something a little bit different out of him. Well, they used to have the golden goals. I miss the golden goal. The golden goal was where they would just keep playing until someone scored a goal, and then that was it. It was game over. I miss the golden goal. That's all I know about football. I'm impenetrable to attacks from people who I don't care about. Those attacks, they might scratch me a little bit, might bruise me a little bit, but otherwise I'm impenetrable to them. They do nothing. Attacks from people I care about, okay, well then there's something in there. Those are sharp claws that often have dipped in poison. But attacks from people that I don't care about, nah. They might bother me for half an hour or something, but I won't be losing any sleep over them, shall we say. And I haven't been in a great place. I've had a lovely weekend. I went and stayed with my sister, who was very kind, and we... if you go to the mod chat, St. John, you'll see. We've got a lovely new house, gorgeous new house, and great food. And we went out and had a roast dinner today in a garden centre. And what did we do yesterday? Oh, we went to the place where she worked and had a little walk around, and it was really nice. It was lovely. By the way, I'm all for the word nice. The word nice gets a bad rap, right? It gets a really bad rap, and I'm totally for it. I think nice is a great word. You know, when someone says something was nice, you know what that is. It's nice. It's not amazing. It's not awful. It's nice. So I'm all for using the word nice. I was one of these anti-nice people, but I like it. Dave says I've started watching House about 15 years later. I'm going to start watching the Sopranos. I'm going to start watching The Sopranos. I watched the first season of The Sopranos once before, but I'm going to watch them all. Oh, and The Leftovers has got very, very juicy. Halfway through season 2, and Justin Theroux has gone to a caravan and drank something for anyone who's seen it. My God, what a game! What a game! What a show! Love it. So I had a really nice time at my sister's, but I felt like. And I felt like this before. This wasn't anything that happened there. But right now, I'm feeling like I'm not very present, and that I'm kind of on the outside looking in. I'm in I always get confused. I'm in third person perspective. If this were a video game, I'm in third person perspective, and it just feels like I'm just watching stuff happen, and I'm feeling so disjointed. By the way, you can call in. The phone number's on the screen if you want. No reason to. I'll just sit here and chat for a bit, and then we can all go and listen to Bezic, if you'd like. Here comes a friend of mine. Hello, St. John.
Hi, friend.
Hey, friend. How you doing?
I'm good. I was watching the football game.
Oh, and
learning so much about it.
What did you make of it?
I said it before, and I think I said it on Twitter. I really like the penalty shots.
Yeah.
towards the end. I think that's like the most exciting thing. I felt like it was maybe going to go that way because I watched most of it. Like when they showed like the possession times. I'm sorry if I'm completely dislodging the conversation.
Oh God, no! Come on, man. Dislodge away.
But when Italy had like 70% of the possession time, I was like, okay, maybe we're on a downward spiral.
The second half was very. England seemed very confident in the first half, and in the second half it was. They just didn't really seem to be playing as well. It was what I don't know anything about football, Sinjin, so who knows? But
they scored like 2 minutes in, so then they just had to play either defensively or
you can't do that for 90 minutes. That's the thing.
Yeah,
but the penalties is great. Let's just have penalties. Let's just do that.
I agree.
That's the game.
I think that golden shot is like how we do most games, like like sports around here.
Yeah.
In general. We don't have like penalty shitouts that often. It's usually just if it goes into overtime, it's just whoever scores first wins. So.
Roger, I don't know what DV is. Roger says, seeing the tweets on my timeline about how DV increases after England lose, my stomach is churning. I don't know what DV is. I'm probably being really dumb, but I would love to know. What DV? What could DV be? Seeing the other tweet about how DV increases after England lose.
I heard that.
Domestic violence. Oh my gosh. Well, yes. Oh blimey. Sorry, I've never seen it done like that.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was interesting. I watched it. Maybe I was going to watch it anyway, but I watched it because my boys are watching it, and it's nice to be able to speak their language.
I watched it because I want to be able to speak your guys' language. Because this is like apparently the only sport that you really follow other than cricket, and that just sounds like a snooze fest. So.
But then they sexed cricket up. They made cricket faster because cricket could last 4 days.
What is that? Like an exaggeration?
No. You'd have. Is that? I don't know much about cricket. People in the chat will tell me if I'm right or wrong. That's a test match, right? A test match would last 4 days. And also, you'd stop for lunch and for tea. So you'd have a tea break. Sorry, I'm being told a test match is 5 days. Okay. And you could still draw at the end of that. And you'd stop for tea and sandwiches. I'm not even joking. This is now. But they sexed it up. They sexed it up with a thing called 2020, which I think means you get like 20 overs. I think there are 6 balls in an over, and it's boom, 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 boom. It's a lot faster. That's right. They would also stop for bad light. So if it got cloudy and got a little bit darker, they'd stop the game.
This is the most posh-sounding sport I think I've ever heard. We'll just take 5 days. We'll have some tea and crumpets. Or tea and dinner, whatever.
And on the first day, honestly, this sounds made up. I swear to God, this is true. On the first day, they wear like evening dress, like a tuxedo.
What?
And on the last, it's like then that is historical. They don't do it so much. It's like only the big games. They don't do it in the county games. And on the last day, they wear bowler hats. And that's where the name bowler. That's why bowler hat, the black hats that are kind of round on top. That's where bowler hats come from.
This is impossible. I need to watch a game of cricket.
The thing is, we're used to watching used to. I haven't watched cricket. I don't know if they still do cricket. But the first day where they're in tuxedos is, if you've never seen it, is very, very funny.
That sounds hilarious. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I want to watch that.
Yeah,
so bad.
Yeah, go and have a look at that.
I love it.
How's your soul? How's your spirit?
It's good. I just got back today from Sinjin Con. It's like our yearly meeting of like the mods and stuff. Like everybody flies out from around the country and we meet up and we hang out. So Beautiful. That was fun. We had like 4 days of just hanging out and going to amusement park and chilling and drinking. I shotgunned my first beer. I don't know if you guys use that terminology.
Mate. I remember being 15, 16 years old and going to a friend's house for drinks, and I wanted to get a nice little buzz going before I got there. So I bought a can of Tennant's Super, which is which is a very horrible strong lager. I was shotgunning that on the way over there. I came out of the offie and I shotgunned it because I needed a buzz.
It was fun. I I don't drink a lot, but I was like, you know what? I'm surrounded by my friends. I might as well do something to celebrate it.
Well, it's your mother, isn't it, who is alcohol issues?
Mostly my mother's side of the family. My dad a little bit too, but he's kind of gotten it under control.
Are you worried that there may be? And I'm not saying there is. I don't know. I'm just curious. Are you worried that there may be like a sleeping dragon within you?
I think that there could be.
Right. Okay.
Just with the way that I handle things, I tend to like try and handle things on my own and not try to reach out to people and stuff. So if I go and I possibly like lean on alcohol or something, I feel like that might be something where it gets a little bit out of hand. So that's one of the reasons. That's
the thing, because I know that you did the stream where you got drunk, and I just wondered why you were doing those things.
Yeah, I think
is there an element of just prodding it a bit and seeing what happens?
Yeah, so I think I got more drunk last night than I did on that stream. And from what I've heard, I just turned into like one of those like, oh my God, I love you type people. Like I just want to tell people how much I appreciate them.
Okay.
Which makes sense, but I don't think that it gets too much sadness. But yeah, I think I know my limit. I'm also a big boy, so I feel like I just have a little bit of a higher tolerance than like a tiny person would. So I can like, I don't know. I feel like I know what I'm doing a little bit.
Okay. I'm not judging or anything. And I know when people say I'm not judging, it sounds like, yeah, you're judging. I'm not at all. I'm just, as a recovering addict and alcoholic, I'm curious. I think I found out later that my dad was quite possibly an alcoholic, and he stopped drinking. He told me, I didn't, because I remember as a kid, I remember him being drunk, like really drunk twice. And I remember him and his friend were going to strip off and go and sleep in the front garden naked. And I remember my mum going, I remember it getting a little bit weird. And when I made peace with my dad a couple of years before he died, I said, and I told him that I was an addict. And I said, what, you don't drink? And he hadn't drunk for years after that. I said, you don't drink, why? And he told me about how he'd got drunk once, and I guess that would be in the late 70s. And he was driving, and he knocked over. Now, I can't quite remember. He knocked over a police motorbike. I don't know if there was a policeman on it or not. I don't know. And he said, after that day, I never had another drink. But I think he was an alcoholic. I think he white-knuckled it, and I think he transferred his alcoholism into sex addiction. He was definitely a sex addict. I don't even know how many half-brothers and sisters I've got. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
I think there are 3, 4, 5. I think I know of 5. I've heard rumors of a couple of others.
I think it's interesting because, like, I guess the definition of alcoholic could be different for everybody, and like, because like not everybody that's an alcoholic like goes out and like gets like blackout drunk all the time. But like if you're constantly to me, it seems like it's more of a like you're constantly trying to get into a state where you're escaping from something, possibly.
Doesn't have to be constant. Doesn't have to be constant. It can be. You can be like
frequently.
Well, it doesn't even have to be frequently. It can be. A lot of alcoholics won't drink for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, because it then says to them, I'm in control. I can stop for 6 months.
Right.
And then then it's an absolute mess again. And then they don't drink for another 3, 4, 5, 6 months because they're in control. I can stop any time I want. I used to stop taking cocaine every single day, but when I was doing coke, I would go, right, tomorrow I'm never going to do it again. And I'd get to about 10:30 in the morning and go, I can stop whenever I want. And I'd get on the phone to a dealer, But booze and drugs, it's for some people it's every day. Some people it's a tiny little bit. Some people it can be once, twice a year or something. It's, I guess it's just if are you doing it when you don't really want to do it is
right. Yeah, that makes sense because that's kind of how my mom was when I would bring things up. She'd be like, "Oh, I can stop," and then she stopped for maybe like a week.
Yeah.
And then something would happen that would trigger her want or need or whatever you want to call it to do it again. And I'm like, we're just hitting the reset button like every other week.
Yeah.
Like it's not helping, and I want to be able to help you. I still want to help her, but at this point,
she needs to ask for it.
Yeah,
she needs to want it. More than ask for it, because asking for help is, but she needs to want it, and that.
Yeah.
And some people never get that desperate.
I think it's hard because like a lot of people, from what my experience is, that they surround themselves in an environment where it kind of brushes it off as like not a problem. And they'll be like, oh, they're just having fun. And I'm like, well, you don't see the full spectrum of it when it's like late at night and they come home and then you have to like carry them up to bed and you can like smell it all over them and stuff like that. But I haven't dealt with it in a while. So, but yeah, I think I know I have control over it. It's nothing that's ever going to be a problem with me, because I also just don't like the taste of beer or alcohol or anything like that. I tried I was so upset. I bought a milkshake IPA thinking that it was going to taste anything like a milkshake. It tasted like rusty pennies the whole way down. I was like, how do people drink this? I don't understand. And there's like I like fruitier stuff, like stuff that has like coconut and pineapple in it. But even then, like, it's just, I can't do it like constantly. It's just a lot for me.
I mean, I wasn't a big drinker. I would, after a Coke binge, I'd kind of cane a bottle of red wine just to take the edge off it a bit and sleep. But I wasn't a big drinker, really. But I would drink whiskey, but I didn't like whiskey. I hated the taste of it, so I would just smother it in Coca-Cola. And I used to love the buzz I'd get from vodka, but I didn't like the taste, so I just douse it in orange juice. The taste is disgusting of those drinks. But I did like the vodka kind of buzz, that it kind of made me feel very confident and sitting up straight as I talk about it. But the drinking was never a huge thing for me. I could never physically handle beer. I would have lager. And I would be bloated after 3 or 4 pints, and so I would go to the toilet and like make myself throw up or something, so that I was empty and I could drink some more, But I didn't like it, and it used to hurt when I drank a lot of lager. I used to really be sore on my little peen when I was peeing. Yeah. It's outrageous. I used to hate that. I used to get really sore peen from lager. I don't know if anyone can identify with that, but that was my experience.
I also tried like my first shot of Fireball, and I don't like that either.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds horrendous.
It's like a cinnamon. It's like very strong cinnamon taste.
Okay.
And like a little bit like spice. It's difficult to explain, but like it burned my nostrils. I was like, every time that I try and do like fun things that people make it seem like it's fun for alcohol, I'm like, why do you guys do this? This seems like not fun.
Yeah,
but to each their own. As long as you don't overdo it and you don't hurt yourself or anyone else. I mean, I can only recommend do things in moderation. But it's your life.
Do whatever you want to do, guys. I don't care. And if you can do those things and stop, then stop. There's a great podcast I listen to called The Clones Cast, which is about Bruceploitation. And Bruceploitation is really big in Hong Kong in the 70s and early 80s, and it's films made after Bruce Lee died with people who look a little bit like Bruce Lee, and in the films they're generally called Bruce Lee. And so I listen to this podcast and I love it. Michael and Matthew are just great who do it. And they were saying that some letters went on sale recently from one of Bruce Lee's friends, and it was from a guy called Bob Baker, who was a karate champion. And don't type in the chat when I'm talking to you.
I'm sorry, I was just
disrespectful.
answering Mandula. Okay.
Mandula, wait.
Well, I mean, I could just talk over you if you want.
That's the Mandula effect. And in this letter, he talks about that he's written to Bruce Lee. He writes and says, "I've got some cocaine and some acid for you."
Oh no!
And I know Bruce Lee smoked a bit of pot. A bit of pot. Listen to me, a little bit of grass. But there was a part of me that went, "Oh my God, Bruce Lee used to take cocaine and LSD. Oh my God!" But he was like a movie star in the early 70s, hanging out with Steve McQueen and James Coburn. Of course he was taking cocaine and LSD, you know.
Right.
It's funny, I kind of went, oh my God, he was doing cocaine and LSD. Well, you know, a lot of people did in the 70s, and a lot of people do, and a lot of people are cool with it. And for them, it is not problematic. I'm aware I talk about my drug history too much. Maybe I think I talk about it too much, and people.
I don't think you talk about it too much. I think it allows people to understand that you're a human being, because that's like that. Drugs, like alcohol and like depression, I think are things that have like a really weird stigma, where like you feel like people that have like any kind of following or like celebrity status, they don't have to deal with it, or they make so much money that it doesn't affect them. And then we see cases like Robin Williams, where like he had like so much going on and you don't think that that's happening, and then here we are. And countless other celebrities that are like that, but Robin Williams is one of the people, especially with depression, that like he was like one of my favorite comedians when I was growing up.
But you know what killed him?
What?
We talked about this the other day. He had this. Someone in the chat will remind me of the name of his condition. It's a not quite so rare form of kind of dementia type thing. I can't remember the name of it. Someone tell me that. But it will cause you to freeze physically. So it wasn't like I know he was in AA and all of that stuff, but it causes you to Louis something dementia, and it causes you to freeze, like muscular, and it also can confuse you to the point where this is how I read it, and it was a while ago since I read about it, so I might be wrong, but you can kind of suddenly taking your own life can be like the Lewy body dementia. Thank you, Mandy. You can kind of think, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill myself because that would be the best thing for everybody. I'm gonna do it, and your brain can lie to you. It has different effects on different. Your brain can lie to you and tell you can believe a complete fiction. And that's why he took his own life, you know. But everyone thought it was a relapse or depression or something like that, and it wasn't. It was this Lewy body dementia thing.
I feel like it might go hand in hand with a little bit, but yeah, that.
Oh yeah, I think it all links together. You know.
It's just. I think that it's something that should be talked about more. It just seems like it's always like too late when things get talked about with like celebrities or people that have a following. It's like, oh, in retrospect, maybe they should have talked about it more.
We like it when celebrities die horrible deaths due to addiction, because then we can all kind of wring our hands. We get a little bit of pleasure out of it. Oh, did you know? Oh, such and such. Oh my God, he died. So we get a little bit of pleasure out of it. Then we can all become very self-righteous and say, oh, it's a terrible shame. Oh, it's such a terrible shame that he had no one to talk to. But, you know, we hounded them for years. We bought the newspapers where, you know, people were going through their rubbish bins or hacking their telephones or taking pictures. You know, there's a famous footballer over here called Paul Gascoigne, Gaza. And he was a legend in the 90s, a really, really famous footballer. And he's an alcoholic. And the papers are waiting for him to die. A few years ago, there was a picture of him. He'd got sober. And then there was a picture of him coming out of an off license with clutching 2 bottles of vodka and looking awful. And you think, why did you need to take that picture? And the argument was that we're printing this picture because we're concerned for him. Well, no, you're printing the picture to sell newspapers.
Right.
And if you're that concerned for him, why didn't you put the camera down and go over and see if he was okay? You know, why didn't you go up to go, dude, what are you doing? Can I help? Instead of shaming him in front of people. And, you know, Catherine's in the chat. And people are waiting for him to die, you know, so we can go, oh, that's sad. Oh, poor Gaza, that's really sad. But human beings love that shit.
It's a shame.
It is a shame.
That's why I try and stay out of tabloids and newspapers and paparazzi and stuff like that.
I had a little flirtation with it after the jungle, and it wasn't very pleasant. You know, my stuff was small, but I remember getting a phone call one evening. I was driving into work from my agent saying, and it was all stuff that I'd said on the air, and I'd been saying this stuff on the radio for like 10, 15 years, and no one had bothered. You know, I talk about drugs and sex and depression and stuff, and no one was interested. And I kind of naively thought that would be the thing after the jungle. But I got a call from my agent. I remember I was driving past the Thames, along the Thames, and he said, I've just had a call from the Daily Mirror, and they are going to print a story about your divorce and your relapse. And they are offering you the opportunity to give them a quote. And I said, here's my quote. Why don't you tell them to go and fuck themselves and don't print the story? And he totally agreed with me. My agent was totally agreed with me. And he said, they're saying this is a really good chance for you. They're really supportive of your mental health, and this will be a great chance to get mental health in the newspapers. And I said, if they were really concerned about my mental health, they wouldn't print the story. Yeah, I tell them I do not want the story printed for my mental health. And, of course, they printed the story.
Of course.
So I had a brief flirtation with the tabloids. It's pretty much gone now. If I did something hugely outrageous, it would possibly get in there. But it's pretty much gone now. And man alive, I prefer it that way. Good.
I prefer it that way, too.
Thank you, St. John. Nice to talk to you, man.
Yeah, man. Always. I love you.
Love you too, brother. Bye-bye.
All right.
0203 286 6370. I might listen to Alan Bezic tomorrow. I think that's what I'm going to do. We're doing this on YouTube just to slay some demons. Slay some... What are we slaying? We're slaying... Get out of here, fly. Goddamn fly. We're slaying some demons, and we are exorcising some ghosts. And that's okay. That's okay. All of the free... You've got your schedules for next week, right? All of your free shows next week will be on Twitch. Catherine says, the sun got me to talk while you're in the jungle on the basis they'd make a donation to Mind, the mental health charity. They didn't. All of the free stuff next week is going to be on Twitch. And then, obviously, the paywall will be on YouTube. If you've not signed up for the Patreon, patreon.com/Iain and Catherine, and you'll get all of that. I'm keen to do some free stuff on Twitch, on YouTube. But I'm also a little bit, it was interesting hearing the racists on Friday. But I think it was only interesting to me. And there's such, libelous and unpleasant people that I don't really want to court them that much. So I don't know. We'll see where we go. On Freedom Day, the free stuff will be exclusive to D Live. You know it, baby. 0203 286 6370. So I was saying that I was feeling I'm feeling a little bit distant from stuff. I'm feeling and I'm please for the love of God, why does Andy Sapien, why does that strike me as odd? Who is Andy Sapien, please, Mandula? Are you aware of this human being? Please don't say you're not a failure in the chat. Okay, please don't do that, because that's not what this is. But I'm really grappling with this sense of failure. He's a good one. Thank you, Mandy. Welcome, Andy. You've got to be super, super duper careful these days. Smash the thumbs up like button as well, please. Just smash it. I can see 29 of you have liked it. Let's get it to 32. So, and I'm aware I talk about it all the time, but screw you. I talk about what I want when I want on my stream. Isn't that right, big boy? Screw you. I talk about what I want when I want. When I like. Who dislike me? We got 39 likes. So this is what I'm talking about. So I'm really feeling kind of very distant, sort of just like I'm watching stuff. And I had such a lovely weekend at my sister's, but I just wanted to like sit and cry. I wanted to hide. It was, and I say this is no disrespect to her. It was hard work for me to sit there because like my brain is screaming, go home. Go home now. Go home now. And I didn't. And it was so nice to see her and see, I've not seen my brother-in-law and my niece and nephew since before the C word. I do feel, I did get a little bit angry because Dylan, my nephew, Dylan, he's a man. Now, he's a man. And last time I saw him, he was a kid. And so I'm really angry with COVID for robbing me of that. And Pepper is approaching a young woman. And I missed a really important part of their lives. And, before lockdown, Dylan was very talkative to me and kind of quite affectionate. Now, he's a young man and he's not. I didn't really see that much of him because he was in his bedroom sleeping or, whatever. And I missed the transformation. I missed that. And I really feel like I've been robbed by COVID. And there will be, so the deaths to one side, any deaths that you may have encountered, there are so many other losses that we may not have considered yet that have happened. So many that we might have missed. So I struggled this weekend. I really struggled, and it's partly why I'm doing this, because I just feel I'm not doing a show tomorrow. I'm having lunch with one of my kids' teachers, just because he's a nice guy and we got on. Then I'm having a little meeting with my acting agent. No work, and I'm just feeling, so I thought I'd come and do this, and this is okay. This is okay. This is okay. I really want to sing Wig in a Box to you that I've learnt to play on the guitar. And we're not allowed to play songs on YouTube. I'm just so tempted to just go over to Twitch and just play it, because I can play it really well. Well, I think I play it well. I play it well for me. I learnt new chords. I learnt F sharp minus 7, which is kind of cool. I'm not gonna go over to Twitch just so I can sing to you guys a song about. It's a really cool song. It's from Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and it's the film and the song is about a transsexual woman, and the song is about a transsexual woman being beaten by society. But I really identify with that song and that film because you can't play covers on YouTube, Richie John. I think we've been there. Because it's a film about an outsider. It's a film about outsiders, people on the fringe who do not fit in with the mainstream. And I identify with that, and I'm sure loads of you do. You do too. You two do. I'm sure loads of you do too. That's why I love Hedwig so much, and why I love that song. That song is about Wig in a Box is about just being beaten by life and battered by life, but having a little escape. And for her, it's the wig that she keeps in a goddamn box. It's why it's called Wig in a Box, big boy. I'm sorry to shout. Hey, this bottle of water's full as well. What's going on? Why do... I think you've got to clean them. That's why it doesn't taste very nice. So yeah, feeling... By the way, we're at 60 frames per second, 1080p. If you click that little cogwheel, go on, click it. I don't know if it's the cogwheel. Maybe it is. Click it. And 60, 60, you can't, it's a blank screen, it's pointless. Do you know where Big Boy went during Friday? He refuses to tell me, Gatford. He refuses to answer any questions about that. And that's his point. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Mandy. I'm on hyper alert. Andy, it's good to have you on board. On the highest authority, the Mandula authority, you are what we like to call a GE, a good egg. So welcome. Nice to have you here. Takes me a long time to be mostly okay with being on the fringe. Well, I think there are different fringes. There are different fringes. But yeah, I very much feel on the fringe in terms of being bi and only, coming out when I was like 46 or something. And I didn't see Tom Cruise at Wembley. No, I don't know what Wembley is. Is that like a restaurant? And in terms of my career and in terms of like my interests and all of that stuff, the cool people are on the fringe, right? The cool people are on the fringe. But yes, what the hell am I talking about? Tom Cruise was at Wimpy? What am I talking about? I don't know. Andy Sapien, you have nothing to apologize for. You have nothing to apologize for. I'm on heightened senses at the moment. Heightened senses. I don't think I'm going to upload this as a podcast. I don't think there's any great merit to it. It's just me wanging on again. It's just me wanging on again. I'm kind of... It's all kicking off. Oh, a brown derby. Brown derby. That was my dad's favourite. That's a donut with ice cream on top, isn't it? That's what that is. I love Wimpy. There are still some Wimpies around. I'm a big fan of Wimpies. I used to like Wimpy. Hang on a minute. I think we can do this. Hang on. We can do this, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on over to my place. Hey, you. We're having a Wimpy. We'll be swinging, dancing and singing. Won't you come on over tonight? Won't you come on over tonight? Yeah, 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 yeah.
There we go. Tonight's show is sponsored by Wimpy, which is actually a coincidence because we were just talking about Wimpy. That's how clever I am. I managed to kind of convince you that I tricked you guys into typing Wimpy into the chat. And we are actually sponsored by Wimpy, so that works out brilliantly, right? Let me describe the setup here. I'm in the office. The lights are off. I have one LED light on the desk in front of me. My live on-air light is at the back. I've got Big Boy sat next to me. Pats is back there. The cats are a bit pissed off because I kind of... there was a Wimpy computer game, yeah. The cats are annoyed because I left them over the weekend, and they shit everywhere, and that's okay. Yeah. Here's the thing, right? Whoa! What the hell? I bet. What's going on here? Hey! Gingerbeard Marcus sent me a picture of him slurping down the biggest Wimpy drink ever. Here's the thing. I'm aware that sometimes these streams, the solo streams, can be a little bit not depressing. A little bit self-analytical. But you know what? That you don't have to be here. You don't have to live this goddamn life. You don't have to be here. So if you don't want to be, you don't have to be. I'm trying to work out what I am, am where I am at this precise moment in human history. And I just don't know, man. I just don't know. And that's kind of tough for me. And I don't know what's going on with these pills. I've been. Let me just say this, right? It is a bit intense, Mac, and you can go. It is intense. You can go. It's going to get more intense. I am not suicidal in any shape or form right now, but I have just started that little. Maybe it'd be better if I was dead. That's not a suicidal thing. So please don't think for a second. Oh God, we got to find the name on one. That this guy out. You haven't at all. I'm not going to take my life today. But there's part of me thinking, it would be better. Feeling suicidal and being suicidal are two very, very different things. And I don't even know if I don't even feel suicidal. I just feel a bit. How about this, man? It'd be nice to. It would be nice to be dead, right? That'd be nice. That'd be good. Everyone would be cool. That's where my head is going at the moment. The stadium wasn't filled, no. That's kind of where my head is at the moment. And why am I saying that? Because it takes some of the power out for me. But also because some of you might have had those thoughts. That doesn't mean you're going to kill yourself. If you think you're going to kill yourself, I'd suggest you go and talk to someone. I'm talking to you. Suicidal thoughts and suicidal plans are differences, Gatford. And they're absolutely true. I'm in no danger. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to listen to Bezic I'm going to go back to 11 o'clock and listen to that. It's going to be great. And then tomorrow I'm going to go and have lunch with I've got a busy day. But there's also part of me that thinks, I wish I was dead. I'd be good. Everyone would be better, and I'd be dead, and I wouldn't be dealing with this confusion. And I think that's a really common thought for a lot of people, and we don't talk about that because people are scared to talk about those kind of feelings. I talk about any kind of feeling. How come you come over to YouTube? We are now out of our contract, Andy, with Twitch, which means we can broadcast live anywhere we want. So we're trying a little bit on the YouTubes and seeing how that goes. Unfortunately, YouTube does seem to be the home of the thick racist. So we probably won't stay here, though. We'll probably find somewhere else to go and hang out. I find it harder. I'm finding it very hard at the moment to be that guy. You know the guy I mean? Okay, let's see what we got. Line 3, you're on the wireless. That guy. I find it so hard to be that guy. We had some really good shows last week, really good shows. And it's a joy doing the Patreon. Even if it's, I'm earning less a week than I was earning a night at Talk Radio. These are tough times. But Catherine and I are thrilled to be doing the Patreon. We just wish we could pay out our bills with it. But it's nice doing the shows, and it's like 150 people in the room, and they all want to be there. That's lovely. And we did some really good shows last week. But geez, I found it such hard work to be. Yes, man. Let's go to line 3. Line 3, you're on the wireless. To be that guy. I'm finding it really hard to be that guy, and I'm wondering if I'm forgetting to be that guy. In college, I was accused with a small a, of changing and not being as present. And I said, I'm changing. I'm changing a lot. But my presence is displayed in a very different way from how it was in September of last year when we started. And I'm wondering if I'm able to be that guy anymore. You know, I'm nearly 50. I'm a little bit overweight. I've lost some weight, but I'm still a little bit overweight. My God, did you see John Gorn on GB News? No reason you would have done, talking about weight loss. I mean, the chutzpah, the hubris of that gentleman is remarkable. Good luck to him, you know, but wow. And I don't know if I am that guy. I don't know if I ever was that guy. I don't know if I ever was that guy. And I don't know what guy I am. And I think that's maybe... I thought I'd had my midlife crisis. By the way, you can call it if you want. I don't care. I thought I'd had my midlife crisis. But actually, I'm wondering if I'm in it now. If this is it. Maybe you have more than one, I don't know. A lyrical house cat says, as sad as it sounds to some, gaming has helped to distract me. Maybe some more gaming streams. Yeah, I would like to. I really want to get my game. I want to play some SSX Tricky on the GameCube on stream. But there's something stopping me. There's something stopping me. And I'm not quite sure. Okay, well, let's say Tom Cruise calls the show. What do you say? I'd say, Tom, did you know that there's a guy called Noel Moreno who is obsessed with you? And I would suggest you have nothing to do with him. That's what I'd say, Noel, off the top of my head. That's what I'd say. Off the top of my head, I mean, I might say something different. How does that help you? Does that help you, sir? Does that help you? Are you helped? Are we helped by the information that we receive? And here's the thing I need to remember. There's 107 of you here. If you know, there's 104, 3 have gone. You wouldn't be here if you didn't want to be here. And I wouldn't mind if you weren't here. And, I mean, truthfully, come on. That's what I'd say, Noel. Okay, I'm a liar. What do you think I would say to Tom Cruise, Noel? What do you think I would say? Because I've told you what I would say if he phoned up. You said if he calls the show right now, that's what I would say. But obviously I've got that wrong. So what do you think I should say? Why don't you call in and tell me, Noel Marino? 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Who is that person? Who are these people? Who are these people? Hello.
Hi, it's Tom Cruise.
Hi, Tom. Did
Hi,
you know?
what would you...
Did you? Sorry, what?
Yeah, go on.
Did you know? Can we block Pharaoh 666, please? Did you know that you have a fan called Noel Marino who is very, very interested in you? I would suggest too interested in you.
Oh, that guy. I know him.
I would just...
He's always asking what people would say to me. Is that right?
That's the fella. Yep. That's the fella.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. I mean, you know, that's why I rang out, because I'd like to know what you'd say to me if I rang. Would you ask me about my life, my wife?
Here's what I would say.
Yep.
I've just done it, but I'll do it again. Hi, Tom.
Yep.
Did you know that you have a fan called Noel Marino, who is, I would suggest, is slightly obsessed with you because he keeps wanting to know what.
He was asking earlier if I was at a Wimpy. Is that right?
That's the fella, yeah.
Yeah, I recognize him. Yeah, I know him.
Okay. So that's what I would say.
That's what you would say. I'm here making a movie, so
You're making a what? Sorry, you're making a what?
Movie.
A movie.
A movie.
Wow.
So I thought I'd ring in and talk about the movie.
Well, we've just got another 10 viewers as a direct result of this call, which is amazing. Oh, we just lost one.
I told a few people on my Twitter that I'd be ringing your show.
Okay, thank you.
I hope that's okay.
That's great. Appreciate it.
Is there anything you'd like to ask me?
I mean, I can do it a third time if you'd like.
No. Anything? No. That's what I would ask you.
Okay. Well, I would ask you, Tom,
Yep.
do you know that you have a fan called Noel Marino who is, I would suggest, a little bit too interested in you, and I believe he may have followed you to a Wimpy?
I'm getting a bit of deja vu here.
All over again.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hold
What?
on. My good friend Andy Murray's here. Would you like to talk to him? Hold on. Hi, Ian. It's Andy Murray.
Okay. Seem to have lost that. Seem to have lost the line there. A line was certainly crossed, and then we lost it. And that's a terrible state of affairs. I'm not going to put this. You guys don't want this as a podcast. You guys don't. You're here. I'm not going to put this out as a podcast. There's no point in this. It's just miserable. So I'm finding it really hard to be the fun, upbeat guy. Because I don't feel it. And maybe I never will be that guy again. This is, God. I went woke and I went broke. That's kind of what I'm thinking. What happens if you play a song on here on guitar? What happens? They just come and they just say, "So I'm sorry, you can't do that. We're going to close you down." I appealed the I appealed the copyright strike from the Grammys. Yeah, I'm taking the Grammys head on. It used to be 30 days to do an appeal. Now it's 20 days. They come to your house and they confiscate the guitar. I don't sing it very well, but I just like playing the chords. The chords are really nice. F sharp minor 7. What a chord. I'm probably bigging it up a little bit too much. It's you're hearing go, usual old shit. Usual old shit. Here's where I'm at the moment. I'm scared. I'm scared of money. I'm scared of losing this house. I'm scared of losing the respect of my children. I'm scared of having no idea what I am, because I have spent so long defining myself by my job. I'm a TV presenter. I'm a comedian. I didn't call myself that for very long. I'm a radio presenter. What do you do? I'm a radio presenter. I have very rarely in the last year gone, I'm a streamer. So I'm scared of not having that. I'm scared of never working again. I'm really scared of working again in radio. And I'm scared of never working again in radio. I'm scared, man. I'm scared of getting long COVID. I'm scared of everything. And I don't quite know. I think I have to let go of something to get over the fear, like a leap of faith. I need some kind of leap of faith to be able to come out of this the other side, and I just don't know how to do it. I just don't know how to do it. How about voiceover gigs? Yeah. I have a voiceover agent. Guess what? No work. No work. Justice, what's Alan Partridge syndrome, please? You have 30 seconds to explain it to my satisfaction before you get booted off of the channel. You have 20 seconds left. You have 10 seconds. Goodbye. Goodbye. It was nice having you here. It'll be nicer when you're gone. That was very powerful. Thank you, Dave. For imagine if none of the mods had stepped in there and just left hanging. I wasn't moving to the mouse. You mods are the best. You mods are the best. Both of you hovering. Look, two hoverers. Boyley and Dave, two of the best people on this goddamn planet, were hovering. Do you still get hovercrafts to France? That was noisy. I threw up on a hovercraft. I had these two big French chocolates and I puked them up on the way back. They were noisy hovercrafts. I can't believe they were safe. Quicker than a ferry, right? That was the gimmick. I mean, the gimmick was they floated just above the water. That was the gimmick. So they were faster than ferries. Noisy. I don't think you still get hovercrafts. And I for one, I would like to know why. What is going on with that? When are we going to get an answer? We can get a hovercraft from Portsmouth to the Isle of Wight. Okay. But why did they stop it to France? Because of the tunnel, I guess. It would damage the tunnel? Do you think? Okay. You're thinking of helicopters, Dave. An easy mistake to make. One I often make myself. I don't feel. Where's the picture, Iain and Kath, dudes? Dunkel says, where's the picture, Iain and Kath, dudes? Simon Hood, £4.99. I think that's the third. I don't know where that money goes, by the way. Where does Oh, that goes into your income, and then it goes into like Google revenue when you make a certain amount. Am I sitting in the dark? Yeah, I said I was. I don't know what the point of anything is at the moment. I don't know what the point of this is. I don't know what the point of tomorrow is. I don't know what the point of the last 4 days has been. I don't know the point of anything. And of course, there doesn't have to be a point. There doesn't have to be a point. But it really feels like it's important for me to have a point at the moment. And there isn't one. There isn't one. There isn't one. Hey, Stephen Helixer. Hey, man. Sorry, it's just clicked. Hello, Stephen. How the devil are you? Do you know, I was thinking that they went out of business, unreliable, cancel with bad weather. Okay, I thought it was you then for a second. I was thinking of you the other day. Have you been in the chat recently? Or why? I don't know why your name is in my floating around. Stephen, very kindly, some of my earlier live shows when I was at LBC, very kindly, just lent us loads of, runs an AV place. That stands for audios and visuals. And would just lend us stuff because he was a fan and big fan of Barry, helped Alex Lowe out and stuff. And one of the good guys, man. One of the good guys. Nice to see you, Stephen. Shivers. Thank you, Simon, for the super chat. And thank you, me, for the super chat. I'm a super chat guy. And I feel like we're going around in circles. It's midnight. Did we achieve anything? No. Don't think we did. Filled some time. A few more grains of sand through the... what do they call those things? Don't say hourglass. What do they call them? Sandpipers. Well, the egg timers. Egg timers. Sandpipers is a great name, actually. Sandpipers is a great name. What's that film? There's a film called The Sandpipers, isn't there, with Beau Bridges in? And he has these ants. He has these ants in this kind of like glass display, and they make an ant nest that looks like Beau Bridges. Is it called the Sandpipers? The Sand Weasels? Anyway, he falls in there and they kill him. Super chat game, super chat game, super chat game. Super chat game. I don't know. This is all bollocks, isn't it? The Sand Kings. Thank you, C. The Sand Kings. The Sand Kings. Sand Kings. All right. I'm just talking balls now. So I'm not going to sing Wig in the Box because I don't want to lose my YouTube. I don't want to lose my YouTube. It's a great version of Wig in a Box. It's got an F sharp minor 7 in it. Imagine that. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, DJ Black. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, version of stuff. And I'm too nervous to sing for you to just go to Twitch just to sing Wig in a Box. We'll do it at some point in the week. But I'm going to sit here and play it now because I like playing it. It's a fun thing to play. And it's the first time I've learnt a song in like forever. I haven't learnt a song in years. And I was just sat there printed it all off. And it was an episode of The Outer Limits. That makes sense, yeah. Printed it all off and was learning it and playing it and getting it wrong. And I still get it a little bit wrong sometimes. When I go from the C sharp minor, I go to you're supposed to go to the E and I'll go to the A. And just play the chords then. That triggers a copyright mark, Craig. That honestly, this is what I've been told. I mean, it seems a little, Jeff, doesn't it? Really, I'm teasing you now. I'm teasing you guys now. And different order. Ooh, yeah. Well, quite often I do play it in the different order because I don't remember the correct order. So there is that. I might have some toast. Thank you, Richie. I've seen those Fear Street things pop up on my Netflix. I will check it out. We're done. We're finished. We're over. We're through. These are kind of like a therapy session for me, these little things. So, do with it as you want or not. I don't mind. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to listen to Alan Bezic from 11 o'clock. Bring the guitar to the Bear Club. Oh, it's coming, baby. We got some great stuff planned for the Bear Club. Is that sold out yet? That might have sold out now. I don't know. Let's have a little look. I wonder if it's sold out. Mm-hmm. Why is this keyboard filthy? I need to wipe this down. Beer Club, 18 at the Vargas. There's 5 tickets available. I think they might have released some more tickets. There are 5 tickets available to see me and Catherine. And it's going to be freaking awesome. Who is this? Yes? Hello?
Hello, Ian. Hi. It's Stewpot James.
Stewpot! How you doing?
Ian, I'm not too bad, thank you very much. I just wanted to ask you a question, just a bit of a change in tone perhaps, and hope it doesn't make you feel any worse. It's certainly not my intention.
Okay, go on.
But I know you're feeling really disillusioned with the whole radio industry,
Yeah.
and perhaps frustrated. But if I or you could just wave a magic wand and you could have any time slot on any station in the UK, what would you go for?
10 o'clock, always 10 o'clock at night. On BBC Liverpool.
Okay, really?
Yep.
That would be your choice rather than a national station, yeah?
Excuse my language. It's F national. What national radio station is there that isn't Talk Radio?
Yeah. Apart from 5 Live maybe or something. But I know
5 Live.
I know you've done bits and bobs.
I did a couple of shifts there, and it was horrendous. They squeezed any breath out of it.
I remember you speaking about it. Yeah, I can remember you wasn't allowed to do your thing.
Yeah, it was horrendous.
Another thing, I really used to enjoy your Absolute shows, and I know Chris Moyles, for example, when he signed his latest contract on Radio X, it was in his contract that he only had to play like 1 song in the first hour and 2 songs. Did you have a similar thing at Absolute?
No, I didn't. I would get told off for not playing enough songs. I got it down to 4 songs an hour.
Okay.
I seem to remember. And then towards the end, they wanted more songs. And I think we may have ended up doing like 8 songs an hour or something. Or maybe it was 6 songs an hour. Maybe I had 6 songs an hour and they wanted it up to like 8 or something. I can't quite remember really. But no, we didn't have, it wasn't in the contract, but it was discussed on occasion that I needed to do more.
Okay. And just wanted to say, obviously, I'm really sorry you had to be subjected to that terrible bullying, intimidating YouTube video. It's, it really is. It must be really hard, man. It's hard watching it.
It was a strange one, man. It was I've not watched it, so I don't know. I just skimmed through it to see if they had any of our footage in there, and they didn't. So I've not watched it. I think I know that guy. I think I've had dealings with that guy before, and it's it's libelous. It's libelous. So
he kept saying that you call yourself a BBC trained journalist. You don't. It's Catherine that's.
I'm not a journalist. I ain't a journalist.
No,
I ain't got the brains.
He says a number of times, he refers to himself as a trained BBC journalist, as well as loads of other crap that he comes out with.
Well,
but
he's a very naughty boy, and there will be judgment in heaven, and he's going to get his bottom smacked by Jesus. There are dickheads out there, and that's okay. That's okay. We need dickheads. We need dickheads to remind us that we are not dickheads. I guess. I don't know. As I said earlier, I'm only wounded by if people that I love say mean things about me. That hurts. People that I have no interest in and don't really know who they are or what their deal is. Who knows? But thank you.
I love you, man. Love what you do. Love
Thank
the
you,
show,
man.
and
take care.
I hope you feel good.
It will happen. This too shall pass. Tutty bye. Thank
Nice
you, mate.
one, man. Bye,
Thank
Iain.
you. Thank you. I'm aware that I say man a lot. And I think that's because I'm a child of the 70s. So I remember saying man as like a kid. All right, man. Hey, man. I love saying man. I bet we won't be allowed to say that one day soon. Yeah, we will. Man. You all right, man? I just Googled, what was his name? Seaman Brain or something. I just Googled Seaman Brain, and you're not allowed to play songs. I don't think. The covers are allowed, Brain. Look, God, this miserable wreck needs a sense of humor. This is like a funeral. Okay. Have a great time, guys. I might do some gaming stream tomorrow. I might get the GameCube up. I might play a little bit of song. Let's see. Or I might not. Who knows? I'll still be mourning the football. I'm going to go and listen to Alan Bezic from 11 o'clock. Thanks very much. Good night.